Hello, welcome to Anime Mystics. I'm Roman, and tonight I'm watching Sewayaki Kitsune no Senko-San episode 5. So in the last episode, I can never remember the dude's name, but he had come home from work, even more tired than usual, it looked like. And she had started, Senko-san decided to, do her usual, pamper him. And she said, well, at least you're off tomorrow. You can just rest and get, spend time just at home. And he's like, no, I gotta go in tomorrow. So he had to go in on his day off. So he's like, I'm just gonna go to sleep because I gotta get up early. And he was starting to set his alarm, and she's like, you don't need to do that, I'll wake you up. And he's like, no, I should probably set my alarm. And she eventually convinces him not to set his alarm, that she will wake up and get him out of bed. Started off that way. She did wake up, was about to start doing whatever she usually does on a Sunday, but then was like, oh, wait a second, I gotta wake him up. But she couldn't do it. Instead, she convinced him to stay in bed and get some rest. And then he slept until basically nighttime. It was like the sun was going down when he woke up. So yeah. He missed work. But he didn't look too worried about it. He just said, well, it's too late for me to go in now. The mistake she made was not realizing that he would have to make up for that day Monday. So he has to work even longer Monday to make up for not coming in Sunday. And again, she tried to convince him to let her wake him up, that she would actually do it this time. And he's like, no, I'm setting my alarm. I believe he actually set his alarm, but I could be wrong. I don't remember exactly how that one section ended. If she convinced him again, or if he actually set the alarm. But I'm pretty sure he did his. The next part, he went to work, and he showed her how to use the air conditioning because it was kind of hot. So he showed her how to use the air conditioning, and she's like, oh, well, let me see if I could use any of these other electronics. So she went to try to use the washing machine. It did not go well. I mean, she started it. Excuse me. Sorry, it's like 2 a.m. right now. She started the machine. It started doing its job, and then it stopped. And she's like, oh, that was fast. And when she took the clothes out, they still had soap and stuff on them. So they weren't exactly clean. So she ended up having to do it by hand anyway. Then she tried using the vacuum, but she doesn't like how loud it is. Basically, same reaction a dog would have from a vacuum she had, where she kind of freaked out and was like, no, stop it. She tried using the rice cooker, which looked like it was working, but it wasn't. I think the only thing she really learned how to use was the stove. Nothing else she tried worked. Basically, she made a big mess out of everything. Nothing was working properly. Things were getting broke. She ended up overloading the power breaker, and it flipped off. So when he got home, he's like wondering what's going on because the lights are off, nothing's working, and then he finds her kind of freaking out because of what happened, thinking that she's just gonna get rid of her, call her basically useless because of what happened. And he's never going to say that to her. And he told her that. I'm not going to say that to you. And he walks over to the breaker and says, "Hey, look, it just overloaded." And he turns it back on. Then they look at everything else, and it was all easy fixes. Nothing too major. However, I don't know the name of the god that sent her down there, but they're watching her and the other fox spirit god that was with her, and they're pretty much thinking she's doing a horrible job because his bad energy hasn't gone down at all, and she's like, if this keeps up, it's never gonna go away. So now she's on her way down to take care of him instead. I don't see that going over well with Senko. So let's see what happens. Okay, so the video is going to be located over here. And the link to the reaction is going to be in the description down below. And we're going to start this episode in 3, 2, 1.